Well, here's a quick look at the market for Wednesday, April the 28th, 2010. Well, we had the big down day yesterday. By the way, these are the market profiles. Today's profile and its corresponding volume profile, and the same from yesterday. The one in between here, of course, is the overnight session. So we were mentioning that this kind of huge down day really should have some follow through. And as you can see, overnight only could muster up, I think it was about a point. So not very much at all. And then rallied up here. We had said that the 94 area was the resistance. It didn't quite get up there today. It got fairly close to it. I think it hit close to 92 today. Let's see, the actual high today was, well, doesn't matter. So the market was really just contained today. It was traded within this range, and that's really it. So a day of consolidation with some pretty good volatility, as we'll see in the 1 minute chart in a moment here. That surprise news early in the trading session from Europe that the S&P had cut the Spain's credit rating, and so that hit the market, and that's when the market fell off sharply here. But it did rebound and then closed fairly strongly, but did not quite reach this resistance area. So this is a key area, I think, the 94 area to monitor tomorrow. If the market cannot get up above there and hold above it, it's likely to come back down and then test either the 80 or 81 area. So going into tomorrow, these are the main areas here, around 94 down to about 80, 81 as support and resistance. And it could just kind of rotate back and forth in that range, which is in essence what the market did today. We always like to use the profiles from the regular trading hours as well. Gives a little bit of a different perspective. You can see the volatility of the market here. This is when that surprise news was released, and you can see the market here within a very short period of time, 10-15 minutes, dropped about a dozen points. So very, very volatile. Our first trade today, we actually got short before that in this area in here. It did reach our first objective and then turn around. So either break even or a loss of 3 ticks on that trade. So that, depending on what your fills were, that would have been our first trade today. We did not get filled on that first objective, so we ended up with a 3-tick loss on that trade. The other 2 trades we had were kind of strange in the sense they were sort of combinations of trades. So we ended up by getting short in here. It reached our first objective and then turned around on us, so it ended up with a break even on that one as well. And then we had another trade later in the day, got long in here. It did bounce, but not a lot, and then came back down here. It was very volatile in here. And you can see it even selling off late and then having a rally. So that was the third trade here. Another break even. So we didn't really have a lot going for us today from our systematic trades, although as I said, we were expecting the market to have follow through, and when it didn't and opened up much higher, as you can see, this is today's regular trading hours open, and this was the low from yesterday. So the fact that it only took out the overnight low, or I should say during the overnight session, it took out the regular trading hours low by just a few ticks and then rallied all the way up here. That was an indication that this area would likely act as support. Then we still had the 94 area as resistance. We did have another couple of more minor sort of areas of resistance in around 90 and right in around 89. So the market did peak here early in those areas and then fell off. So just really a day of consolidation and more of a reaction off of the European news than the FOMC news, which is certainly not that surprising because European news about Spain obviously was truly a surprise, whereas the FOMC news, we knew it was going to be released at that time, and there was no surprise in that news. So the bullishness in the daytime frame you can see here. After this big sell-off here, it turned green pretty quickly, and then you can see the rest of the day the market basically went higher. Obviously backed off here and then closed. So in a positive note. So I think we're going to get some follow through higher, and I would like to see that market get up to 94 before it has another laying down. That's sort of my ideal kind of scenario. So we'll see if that happens. Any questions or comments, just get a hold of us at info@eminidaytrader. I always enjoy hearing your questions or comments. So that'll be it for today. So thanks for taking the time to view the video, and we'll see you again tomorrow.